Hi. I'm finishing my book. I should probably like explain what's happening. I'm Melissa, I write books, and this video we are finishing draft 3. Please. I'm currently on chapter 32 out of currently 45, 47? Don't know. I am trying to do this within 1 week because I'd like it to be done before November starts. And I do think it's a little bit more possible. Act 2, part 2, there was a lot of new, like fresh scenes to write. Whereas in Act 3, which is the final act of the book, I used the Save the Cat 3-act structure. By Act 3, there's a lot to add. Like a lot of explaining. Pretty much like what happens in Act 3 is the same, but now it just needs to make sense why it's happening and who knows what and what does everyone know, making sure everyone knows what they need to know and what everyone else knows all at the same time. It's not necessarily new scenes, but there are a lot of chapters that are like 500 to 1,000 words that will be beefed up to probably around 2,900 words, which is kind of where all my chapters are sitting right now, which I know is long for thriller, but that is where my chapters are sitting right now. I might go back and shorten them later, who knows? But I'm also writing very character-driven thriller that is also romance, but I will be adding to quite a few scenes, a lot of meat, and that might end up like adding more chapters in. But I feel confident that I can do it in a week. What I'm essentially doing at this point is 32 and 33 are, I would say, well, I haven't really gotten into it yet, but I'm like kind of writing a whole scene. I have dialogue that exists. Because what happened was I dictated this scene in the wrong POV, or just in a different POV than I'm ending up using it in. So I'm only using the dialogue from that section. And I'm actually splitting it into 2 different scenes. It's actually one scene, but it splits the POV halfway through. So the first half is in his POV and the second half is in hers. It's the main couple of the book. It switches halfway through. So I just have so that is what I'm starting with. And so it might just take a little bit to get into. But other than that, my process here is I'm reading. I have a list that's like for each chapter and each chunk of the book, like what do I need to add in? And a lot of it is just like explanation as it makes sense. So as I come upon a major plot point, I think, have I explained this well enough? What work does the character need to do to have this make sense for the reader? Where can I get pieces of information? I have like 3 scenes from my male POV that has the potential to give us some of that context, and so I just need to like add it in. So I think I'll like read through, look and be like, okay, do I need to add anything, add it in, and then like kind of edit through the chapter. I've been tracking my daily hours a little bit, and I'm averaging around 2. Some days it's like 1.5, some days it's 3, some days it's more than that, but I haven't really gone above 3, and I'd like to be. So that's what's going on. I'll see you very soon. Let's get going.
Trying, only crying, a time or 2, telling myself somehow we will make it through. I believe you and me, we're gonna be fine. You've been saying maybe we should just be friends. All this hope like knots of rope has made a mess in between everything that we had. We realized it wasn't all that bad. It's hard to believe that we're coming undone.
Honestly, at this point, it is just a race against time because it is Thursday. And 1 week from tomorrow, November 1st. I don't need a long break. I need 2 days of not writing. I'm very excited for like daily vlogging and writing a new book and like all this stuff. I'm a little annoyed at myself that I wasn't able to get this book done faster, although I don't think it could have gone faster, honestly. Every piece of revising that I've done and every piece of brain work that I've done needed to happen, so like we are where we are. But I would really love to be able to finish this book by like on Saturday. I have today, tomorrow, and Saturday. I do of course work. And also tonight I'm pretty much gone all evening. So there's not really much time there either. I have maybe 1 hour before I need to go, but tomorrow evening I should have time. I don't know. It's just like I can make the time and I can do it, but I just want to be done with it at this point. Like I feel like I should have been done with it 2 months ago. It is going really well though. I really love specifically these next like 5 chapters. Are so good and fun. But here's the other thing is this book is so long now. Like we're at 88,000 words, which at the beginning of like 5 weeks ago when I started this like actual revision, the book was at like 65,000 words, which is a lot of words to add in. And there's a lot more to go. And I almost feel like this finale, there's like 2 finales, which I know is the case. Like I know that. There's a lot of good things. I just need to like put my head down and work. Honestly, that's where I'm at. That's how the endings of books always go. I end up not really talking to you guys very much because I just want to power through, but I also want to spend time. Like I want to spend a lot of time, a lot of hours in the chapters, but I want those hours to all happen in the next 3 days, you know? The goal is Saturday. I really, really hope I can do it by Saturday. Oh, I forgot I looked like that. I might as well just update you. Hi. We did Halloween at work today. I don't know what to tell you. But actually, every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, this is how I feel. This is how I feel on the inside. I was a swamp creature. I had like a little swamp creature cape situation. Anyway, the writing, it's going fine. It's Friday today, and in my bones, I want to finish this today, but there's actually no way. I maybe could tomorrow though. And I have some things this weekend, but it's not like a super jam-packed weekend, but there are things to do. By gosh darn it if I don't finish this book by tomorrow. I really do feel like I can. These chapters, every time I go into them, I'm like, oh yes, work. Like there's just like there's something about certain sections of the book, and it's different sections each time, which is so interesting, where it just goes so easily. Like I'll be writing through and I like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. Like I don't have to sit and think, okay, how do I portray this the best? What does this dialogue do what I need it to do? Is the sentence I'm writing working? Like there's just some sections where I'm like, no, this is where this needs to go, and it all like flows without me even having to think about it. And time gets eaten so quickly during those points where I'm like, oh, there went 45 minutes, but I wasn't actively, I was thinking obviously, but I wasn't trying to figure out like, how does this all come together, you know? I think what actually really helped me is last weekend when I went to that chess tournament, as we were driving, I just kind of talked through, I didn't intend to do this, but I just kind of talked through like, here's how everything actually comes together. Like, here's what the book actually, here's how the finale comes together. Here's how everyone's connected. Here's where it all needs to come in. And I did it kind of casually, and I just kind of like explained it like you're explaining something to a friend, because that's what I was doing. I was explaining to my friend what actually happens, like what is happening in this layer beneath. And I think that was the first time I had really like spoken out loud, like in a fluid way where I understood like exactly what's happening, because on the board in there, it's written out what happens and what everyone's motivation is. But it's all very disjointed because it's like, it's more sectioned out on like, what was he doing and what was she doing and what was this group doing, you know? But to just speak it out like that, I think it really like helped center the plot in my head and like center what I needed to focus on in my revision, which is really nice. So I'm in the right headspace. I just want to sit down and do it. But I also have a lot of other things to do, but it doesn't matter. Why am I updating you looking like this? And it's also the end of the day, so like this looked much, it didn't really look very put together, but it looked better at the beginning of this. And actually I've always been that way. I'm such a verbal processor, as you all know, but like the day I would have a history test and let's say like the test was on the 1700s of France, which also those history tests were insane that we're just supposed to remember like a century of all of European history. Are you kidding? Anyway, but I would sit in my carpool or with my mom in the car, like whoever it was, and I would just like talk through the entire history of Europe, like on the way to school. And that's what that kind of felt like. And so it is all really coming into place really well. I'm really excited about it, which is a great place to be because I feel competent. Like at this point, there's obviously one major thing that still needs to be put into the book, but everything else I'm fleshing out scenes, I'm making them more robust. But I think most of the things I need on the page are there, and that feels really good. Well, there's one thing I'm still worried about, but I'm confident that it will come together because I know. I could tell you right now exactly what happens and how it happens, which is something that comes and goes. Maybe, is that a universal experience where there's certain points where it's like, no, I know what happens in this book, but I'm not always fully in that. I'm not fully thinking about what, like, because you're focused on scenes, you're focused on characters, you're focused on certain plot arcs, and so you're not thinking broadly about like what actually happens in this book. And then sometimes you're so focused on other things for so long that you forget what happens in the book, but like you always know, but sometimes you just need to remind yourself. I don't know, maybe I'm insane. The outside reflects the in for once. I also might go to the mall, I don't know. I'll see you later, let's go. Hi everyone, I did decide to, instead of write on Friday evening, make a Pinterest board for Project Gas Station. Here, it looks like she's really prepping to write, and I, at the time, was, but I ended up just spending like half an hour really making a whole Pinterest board for Gas Station, which was actually like a nice way to be in the project without working on the project, and so I have zero regrets. And it also really helped me like put myself in the right mindset to get a lot done the next day. Good morning. The microwave is running 1 foot away from you, but you're not gonna care, okay? It's 6:41, I'm going live in 20 minutes on Anna's channel, and I'm finishing my book today. Do you hear me? It is happening today. Please, God. Sorry, the microwave is probably distracting. So today I'm live with Anna and Cody for I don't know how long. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to a baby shower. And after that, I will be awake until this book is done. I have 12, okay, listen. I have 12 chapters of the book left, which is insane of me to say I'm gonna finish that. But okay, a lot of them are like font. Like I would say 4 or 5 don't need any edits. That's such a lie. But like tweaks, like nothing huge. Like I have like 20 minutes, 30. Some of them, the one I'm on right now is gonna be the worst one, I think. There is so much I need to do in that chapter. I think there's one other chapter that needs a little bit more substantial work, but I need to be done with it. I'm gonna predict I'm gonna write for 10 hours today. Is that allowed? Like, should I do that? Making some oatmeal. I made like literally the smallest amount of oatmeal you've ever seen in your life. Like that's how much oatmeal I made. I'm not that hungry, but I'm gonna be live for like 2 hours. Like I gotta have something in the tank. Anyway, I need to get set up for this live stream, but I'll kind of check in afterwards and see where we're at. I would love to be at chapter 38. Cause the finale, like, and don't get me wrong, I'm gonna spend time in each chapter. Like I'm still gonna do the same amount of work that I've been doing this whole book in these chapters. I'm not gonna rush through it, but I am. Okay, see you later, love you, bye.
You
there's a lot going on over there, but my content is mostly vlogs, and I do 6 a.m. live stream Central Time a couple days a week. And just shameless self-promotion while I'm here, I will be doing daily vlogs for the month of November. So if you want that, come follow over there. Yeah, that's hello! That was such a lovely, lovely live stream. Oh, there's my camera. Oh. It was like an almost 3-hour stream, which I like wish I could do more of those. When I'm by myself, I'm just not as motivated to do that 3rd or 4th sprint, you know? I got through chapter 6, which it's wild because that's what I've been working on for yesterday and today. And it ended up being a 2,500 word chapter. But it is the crux of the book. It is the moment where we peel back the layer of this is what was happening all along. This is what has been happening, and here's how it's gonna impact what happens next. Have I completely nailed the scene? No, but the bones are there, the dialogue is there, like the reveal is there in the way that I want it to be. And now I think I probably will actually go back, I don't know if today or like maybe this will be a next draft thing. I just need my character who's witnessing this to react to it more. I just kind of went into like, he's observing it as a fly on the wall rather than him like processing and thinking about the implications of it. So that's something I might need to do, but that was the big thing I hadn't written yet, was that scene. And so now I ended up starting chapter 37 as well. And I ended up taking what was the original chapter 39 and combining it with chapter 37, which sounds like, why wouldn't you combine with chapter 38? But it's a dual POV, it's alternating between Cal and Danny. And so I took Danny's next 2 chapters and just combined them into one. And I'm working through that right now. So I'm on chapter 37 of 46 is where I'm at. And let me just kind of look ahead for a moment. So 38 I think is actually pretty solid. I think I need to add in just like a little bit of, here's how we, like, now I'm here. Cause I cut out this like mini paragraph that was bad. That was like, we're gonna go to this place. You know, I just need to establish the setting. And then also, just line edit through to make sure everything's consistent with how I changed or how I clarified what happens. Yeah, I need to add like a little teeny conversation, but it's not a whole scene. And then 39. 39 is everything. And I will change nothing. Well, actually no, I'll line edit through it and I'll probably end up tweaking some dialogue to make it all fit, but the bones are there. 40. Ooh, I gotta figure this out. Oh, that would be so smart. Oh, Alyssa, you're so smart. I'm so smart. Oh my gosh. That was the smartest thought I've ever had in my life. Alyssa, if you forget this, Cal, oh, it's so good. It's so good. You're so good at this. Okay, so I figured that out. Now I just need to put that in. But that's like literally not even a change. It's literally a 1-sentence change and it fixes everything. Okay, slay. So chapter 40 is gonna be excellent. He would just need to talk, okay. 41 is everything. Chapter 41 is my favorite. And guess what? It's also chapter 42 because it's everything. So I'm excited. Okay, now 43. Oh. Chapter 43 is not everything. Yeah, chapter 43 might need a little bit, but this is where it's just like clarifying dialogue. It's not like a new scene. Chapter 44. Oh, chapter 44 might be another one of those that needs like 2 hours to fix because it's like 900 words, but it needs to be like 2,500, like, and also 45. Not chapter 45 being 437 words. That is so diabolical. What? That is a chapter that needs to be 2,000 words. Whoa. So I'm kind of thinking and then 46 is the epilogue. So I'm on 37 and I'm thinking like 37 through honestly 42 I could get through in 2 hours. Like I know that that's like 5 chapters, but they're all mostly there. It's just tweaking dialogue and they're my favorites. So I'm thinking I have to go to a baby shower now. I get to, slay. babies, woohoo. But then when I come back, I'm gonna do 37 through 42, like in the afternoon, and then take a break, and then 43, 44, and 45 is like a whole thing. So that'll be this evening. I think I need to go right up to those chapters and then take a break and then come in really fresh for those 2 or 3. It's more like 2, honestly, chapters. It's like the finale, and right now the finale takes place in a 900 word scene and a 400 word scene, and it's like everything that needs to happen is there, but like I am telling and not showing. Like I'm like let's say this is not what happens in this scene, but it's like if it was a murder scene, which it's not. But it's like I walked into the room and this person killed this person and there was blood. Like that is the extent of the description. Like we don't get like the tactics, like how did we move? Who did we see? What did we think about? What did we feel? There's none of that. It is just like, I walked here and did this and she said that and he thought that, you know, vibes. That is what's going on. So I'm gonna do 43 through 45, actually through the end. Let's just, in the evening. And then I'll be done with the book. Girl boss, queen. Okay, I'm gonna go to a baby shower. I'll be right back. Bye. Stop this man that I made up in my head. Oh, not this song. Don't do this to me. Don't. How do you spell rhythm? Why is there an N in that word? There's not. There's an H. And for what? I'm deep in the trenches, but this is how you know. This queue of songs right here. This is how you know we're getting deep and serious. We're going Louis Capaldi. We're doing So Cold from the Good Wife trailer. We're doing River of Tears. We're doing Gilded Lilies into No Surprises into Tonight by Susie Jones, which if you haven't listened to, go listen to. Into Scott Street. Into Lights Are On. Yeah, we're crying. Into The View Between Villages. Yeah, View Between Villages. Into, what should we do next? What is another sad, horrible song? Into Together or Not at All from season 7, part 1 finale of Doctor Who. If you know, you know. You know. Into The Funeral by Band of Horses. Yeah, that's how it's going. That is how it's going. Do you want to keep seeing me work? I guess maybe you do. Let's do like a cute little like, is that cute? Do you like that? Not the peanut butter. Girl, this is diabolical. This is diabolical behavior. This is so depressing. Good Lord. Hi, it's 6:17. I made a coffee for a little boost of caffeine. Also, I'm on chapter 42. So, which I think I'm on schedule actually. So, that means there's, I think 5 chapters left. That's doable. Especially chapter 42, I'll be done within 2 seconds. Well, maybe 20 minutes. And then it's gonna be a journey. But honestly, I think it's fine. At some point in the future, I need to well, maybe this would be today that I should do this. But there's this scene at the end that feels like it should be bigger. But there's already so much going on. There's so much going on. Like basically since chapter 30, it's been like boom, 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 you know? The super bass. And so I don't feel like I need to have this whole big drama finale again. I'm curious if like, I should go and look at books actually and see like, does the main big bad boom bada beep bop scene of the book, how long is it? You know, because fantasy, like there's a big battle and we're all fighting with swords and slay. But in thrillers, usually there's like a pinnacle scene like at the end that everything has kind of been building towards. And then it's like, oh, like this is the scene where we're confronting the murderer, or like confronting the person and catching them, or oh no, someone's been kidnapped and we need to rescue them, and there's like a confrontation when you're rescuing. Like that, none of those are what's actually happening in this scene, but it's giving that scene of a book where, oh no, we need to go stop this from happening, and then we go there and it's happening and we have to stop it, and it's like a whole moment. So, but I don't know if it's okay, because right now takes place in one chapter in her POV and one chapter in his POV. And yes, I'm gonna flesh it out, but in comparison, like this event that's happening right now is 2 chapters in each POV, and the midpoint was like 3 or 4 chapters in each POV. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna just write it as it is and see if my critique partners feel like it's lackluster, and then maybe boost up that last scene. But this book is already at 90,000 words, which it started at 60,000 words at the beginning of this revision, which was 4 weeks ago. So that's a slay, but also stressful. Yeah, I will update you when I update you. It's 6 o'clock and I only have 5 chapters left. Like even if I spent an hour on each of those chapters, which I don't need to, I already know 42 is gonna be 20 minutes. It would be like 11, which would be late, but like that's not horrible. But I have also already written for, what time is it? I think I started writing at 3. So it'll be 3 hours, another 3 hours, 6, something like 7 hours or something, but that's fine. I'll see you later, bye. Hi everyone, VoiceOver Alyssa here to give you your final stats of the video. So what I ended up doing this night is going live to finish my book. So it ended up being around a 2-hour live stream to finish out the rest of the chapters. So if you really want to see like real time as I'm actually finishing it and my live reaction, I mean, it's not a huge reaction, but I would go check out that live stream. I think it's called Going Live Until I Finish This Book. And it was such a good time. Thank you for anybody who was there. It's always so fun to write with you. A couple of other things I just want to highlight here is I'm doing some just like housekeeping on my like actual channel page. So I'm going to make a playlist for just the revision of this book. So if you're new here and you want to see like, how has the whole revision process gone so far? I'm gonna have one playlist for the drafting, like for each draft. So one of draft 2 of Gas Station, draft 1 and draft 3. This is draft 3. Also, if you're new to my channel, I am doing daily vlogs in the month of November, as I think I mentioned in this video. And so I'll also have a playlist of all of those videos if you are feeling like getting in the writing challenge spirit. But I did finish on Saturday. I ended up writing for 10.5 hours that day. In addition, the book started this draft at 65,000 and ended the draft at 90,000. So it has been a really big journey to get to this point, and I feel really strong about where the book is at now, and I'll pick it up probably in January. So it'll be so long to Gas Station for a little while. On to the next.